Just yesterday, the Alibaba team had released their new Qwen 3 model featuring two impressive open source mixture of expert models. First, we have the Qwen 3 235 billion parameter model with 22 billion active parameters. Then there's the Qwen 3 30 billion parameter model, which is a lightweight version, and this model has 3 billion active parameters. Now, what's also great is that they've uploaded 6 dense models ranging from 0.6 billion to 32 billion parameters. This was released under the Apache 2.0 license, and you can access it through Hugging Face. It's optimized for either 128K or 32K context lengths. Now, these models are seriously impressive. The Qwen 3 235 billion parameter model matches performance of top tier models like DeepSeek R1. It even outpaces it in almost every category, from math all the way to coding as well as reasoning, and you can see that it not only beats DeepSeek R1 but it outpaces Grok 3 Beta, Gemini 2.5 Pro, as well as the OpenAI O3 Mini and the O1 models. Before we get started, I just want to mention that you should definitely go ahead and subscribe to the World of AI newsletter. I'm constantly posting different newsletters on a weekly basis, so this is where you can easily get up-to-date knowledge about what is happening in the AI space. So definitely go ahead and subscribe, as this is completely for free. Now, one thing that stuck out to me the most is that this model is obviously open source, but it's exceptional with its coding performance, and it can compete against many of the different types of models that we've seen, like DeepSeek R1 and Gemini 2.5 Pro, which is why today we're going to be combining it with an AI coding agent. This coding agent I'm talking about is an autonomous coding agent directly within your IDE that can create, edit files, execute commands, browse the web, and much more with your permission, as well as while being autonomous if needed. Now, this is with Qwen. This is something that we've showcased multiple times on this channel, and we're going to be using a free API within Qwen to access the new Qwen model. To get started, it's very simple. You need to make sure that you have an IDE. You can use anything. I'm going to be using VS Code, but you can use Windsurf, Cursor, or many of the other IDEs that's out there. You just need to simply go ahead and install the Qwen extension within the IDE that you want to use. And you can simply go over to this marketplace page and then install the latest version. If you do not have the latest version, you can go ahead and update it, and you will be then able to restart the extension and then access it on the left-hand panel. Now, what you want to do next is head over to OpenRouter and create an account completely for free, and then you want to go ahead and set up an API key with the free Qwen model that they provide, and then you can copy that API key, go back into VS Code, click on the settings tab, and you want to click on the OpenRouter AI provider. You want to quickly go ahead and find it, and then you want to go ahead and paste in your key over here and then select the model. So you can simply go ahead and search up Qwen 3, and then you will be able to find the free model that you want to use. Now guys, say if you do not want to use any sort of API key and you want to locally host this, what you can use is Ollama to install the model. You want to first install Ollama if you do not have it, but basically this is a model provider for your local computer, and essentially it will let you run all of these models, the open source models, locally. And what you can do is go over and install the actual Ollama application and then search up Qwen 3, and then you can actually click on this model card and then install the different version sizes that you want to work with. Obviously, you won't be able to use the 235 billion parameter model, but you have the ability to use all these other models by simply going ahead and selecting the different sizes that you would want to work with. And then you can simply run the model that you want by simply running this command in your terminal. And then afterwards, you can go back into VS Code, go back into your Qwen extension. Within the settings tab, you can select Ollama as a provider, and then you can go ahead and select the model that you just installed by pasting in the model ID as well as the base URL and the model context window. And then you can start chatting with it by using this open source model completely for free. But now let's go ahead and test out this model with Qwen. We're going to first have it create a SaaS landing page. So let's say create a modern looking SaaS landing page, and let's see how well the model is in developing this page. Now, I remember the DeepSeek R1 doing a pretty good job in terms of doing this, as well as the Grok model, and you can see right away, you will see the thinking process that will be used to generate this modern landing page. So let's see what it actually ends up doing for us. So it has now finished generating all the necessary components. So let's go ahead and open up this HTML file. And there we go. We have our SaaS landing page that was fully developed with the help of this Qwen model. And it did a pretty great job in doing this. And for that generation, I'm not using the free API at the moment, but I used OpenRouter's pricing for this model. And I've got around 1 cent for this generation, which is pretty decent. And it did do a pretty simple job in generating this landing page. In my opinion, it did a better job than what I saw with the DeepSeek model, so that is definitely a great add-on. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and have it code out a TV with 0 to 9 channels, and essentially this is a prompt that focuses on how well the model is in creative programming and simulation with graphics and generation. We're trying to see how well the model is in terms of creating visually engaging animations for 9 different channels. So let's see what it actually ends up outputting for this. All right, awesome. So I have now gotten this prompt generated and I have pasted in the code that it had generated within this P5 viewer, and it's definitely awesome. Now you can see that there's actually an animation in between changing the different channels, which is awesome. And this is something that many of the other models weren't capable of doing. And you can see there's a lot of creativity in generating the different sorts of channels, and it did do a great job in visually simulating all the different animations. It used spatial masking logic amongst all of these different channels. So overall, I'm pretty proud to say that this is probably one of the best generations I've gotten for this prompt. Next up, let's go ahead and test out a prompt that we had focused on yesterday solely with the chatbot. But in this case, we're going to create a representation for a butterfly within SVG code. So let's see what it actually ends up outputting. Now, surprisingly, I did get a better butterfly in comparison to what I got yesterday. This is actually perfect, and it's one of the best generations I've gotten for a butterfly shape. Now, this was actually not generated in one shot, so keep that in mind. I actually had to instruct it to fix the first generation. This is actually the first generation I've got for the butterfly, which did not look perfect at all, but it did get the main head structure right. And you can see that this is why I had to go back and ask it to fix this. But in 2 shots, it was able to generate that good looking butterfly, which is definitely a better impressive result than what I saw yesterday. And this is also because I used Qwen with the Qwen 3 model. Next up, let's go ahead and have it work on tackling multiple tasks by giving it different sorts of instructions. This is where I'm asking it to create an animated weather card that displays the current weather condition, including the temperature, the weather type, whether it's sunny, cloudy, rainy, snowy, and then having it as a dynamic animated icon. And there we go. This is what I was capable of generating. And you can see that this is a pretty decent dashboard. The animations are a bit off, as well as I guess the dashboard's UI. It doesn't look super appealing, but I guess it did get a basic structure of what I wanted to be generated. If you like this video and would love to support the channel, you can consider donating to my channel through the super thanks option below. Or you can consider joining our private Discord, where you can access multiple subscriptions to different AI tools for free on a monthly basis, plus daily AI news and exclusive content, plus a lot more. In conclusion, I definitely think that this is a great option as a lightweight open source coding model that you can use locally that also packs its performance in multiple different areas, especially with coding. So definitely recommend that you try this out. You can use different parameter size models to use this locally. I'll leave all these links in the description below so that you can easily get started. But with that thought, guys, make sure you subscribe to the second channel, follow me on the newsletter, join our Discord, our Twitter, and lastly, make sure you guys subscribe, turn on the notification bell, like this video, and please take a look at our previous videos because there's a lot of content that you'll truly benefit from. But with that thought, guys, have an amazing day, spread positivity, and I'll see you guys really shortly. Peace out, fellas.